homies, let me tell you, I am sweating like a son of a bitch. Oh man, let me tell you, it has been a while since I have focused actual volume, and no, I did not do so many sets of triples like I used to do. That training does not suit me, at least at this current moment. It's too much, way too much effort for way too little gain. Doing primarily only singles on the Olympic lifts, but for high set volume, that's been where it's been at. That's been feeling wonderful. And not because it just lets me be a little bit lazier, or lets me take a bit of a more chill time doing the workout. It gets me more amped up to lift, and to an extent, makes it a little bit harder. This is one of those rare days where, if you've been here the past two, since I got back from being out of town, first day was already hard enough because I had a week off, so I wasn't ready at all for any weights. Second day, I was pretty destroyed from the first day, and also having a 24-hour cold that destroyed my throat and sinuses, which I'm better now, sick, but I basically spent the first 2 days eating shit, which is fine. You do your best and you get through it, and that's how you peak. Now, it doesn't happen often, because normally I have two kinds of allowances when it comes to the lifts that I, give myself the leeway to hit. And there's the fuck around, find out weight, and there's the weight that I fully plan to hit at a certain destined point in time, based off my individual effort and growth along the way. Because you got to have a good balance of, this is fun, high intensity, I can fuck around a little bit, but still have the days where I know the strength is building at a certain percentage rate, because to an extent, if you just fuck around every single day, you'll never actually peak. And I'm going to compete soon. I got to be able to plan my peak. So today, because I spent 2 days, going back and forth with so much volume and so much stress on my physical body and mental with this different change in schedules at work, I'm peaked now, which, it seems like such a great thing to be able to be peaked on what's essentially a deload day. Today's the day where it's still as high intensity as I can make it, but being real, these are really light weights for high set volume to hammer down the CNS, the high impact, the lockouts, and the consistency before I come back from my rest day tomorrow to hit the heavy snatch and clean and jerk day, where I do the full lifts. It's great. And let me tell you, snatches went beautifully, honestly, perfectly, up until the very end. Every rep went just as I wanted to, feeling great. No more brain fog. I'm kind of used to my schedule now. I'm picking it back up, feeling great. Every lockout felt beautiful. 5 singles really gives you the chance to make it a little bit harder on yourself, because obviously you're not going to need the same amount of rest time for doing 5 singles at this light of weight for power movements compared to doing top sets in your peak week on full lifts. This is a time to really isolate how hard you can push yourself and not give yourself that leeway, that little bit of rest time that you would typically take, because when you jump back on it right when you're available to, like the moment your body feels peaked enough to hit that weight again, jump back on. I only take long rest periods on my highest heavyweight days because I need that amount of time to reassess my physical body, get my shit locked back in. I can't just jump right back into a lift the moment I hit a heavy one, And so today it was all light, so I could kind of just, it felt like every minute on the minute type of shit. And I was doing great, yapping a bit. Last set, I had a slightly longer rest time, a little less stress, because I'm like, I'm killing it. Last set's going to be beautiful. Whip it as hard as we can. And that is where people get it wrong. Because just because you're peaked on what's essentially a recovery deload day does not give you the right to go at 100% of your capabilities. And I don't mean when it comes to the intensity or the passion or the effort. I mean when it comes to, I threw that 5th set at 195 like I was throwing 265. And let me tell you, high impact power snatches will break your spine if you let it. And I did not hold my back together as tight as I needed to. It looked beautiful. It looked like an amazing rep, and it was an amazing rep. But that, pulling it faster than I needed to actually hit the weight made it land harder on my spine, made that compression a little bit tight, had that little bit of a nerve jolt, and I'm like, fuck, okay. Now I got to take 15, let it recuperate, get back on the clean and jerks. Now, that did tank my energy a little bit on the clean and jerks, but one way or another, if it's physically okay, which it was, it only took like 5 minutes to get over it, you can lock it back in and make the most of the rest of the workout. Oh, man. Because let me tell you, I was sweating from the snatch set volume. Clean and jerks will kick your ass. The biggest reason I'm switching from doing triples or doubles to doing high set volume in Olympic lifting is because of clean and jerks. I hate training cleans and split jerks separately. I feel much more intuitive and have a better mind-muscle connection mentally and physically when I do both lifts in the same run than training one day and one the other day. It feels like it creates a little bit of an imbalance on my lifting when it comes to that lift. And that volume is a bitch. No matter how, like, I only got to 235. That was the programmed weight because I'm going to increase weight every week. You know, I got to leave some leeway to get bigger, but also not make it too heavy to where I can't have as good of technique as I can every single rep. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that I wasn't a little bit swayed to rush the workout. You know, when the homies call and say it's time for dinner, I say I'm going to finish my workout in 15 minutes, when in reality, it would have taken me 40 on a day where I'm just vibing. So, you know, the technique was not perfect on the clean and jerks, like the snatches. But, I mean, regardless, great consistency, great power, really brought it back from that little nerve jolt in my middle back area. Really good lifts. I'm a little pissed off because on the last one, I was the most excited to get out of there and go to dinner with the buddies, the pookies, the homosexuals. And clean was beautiful, felt great, and then didn't really lock in the split jerk like I wanted to. There's no elbow bend. It's going to look like there was. I promise you there was no elbow bend. It was shoulder movement, but I did not tighten my shoulders enough on the catch, so my shoulders came down a lot more than they needed to. Still a good split jerk, still a good lockout. Not going to beat myself up about it. I did the best I can for what I was doing in the moment, but just to, again, little PSA, little hindsight bias. Next time you're peaked for a deload day, or any day, do not just throw it as hard as you humanly fucking can without a care in the world. Take your time. Feel each rep as it goes. If you rush the workout and create a poor habit just for the sake of getting out quicker, you will be a lot more pissed off by the end of it. Trust me. Not worth it. Take your time. Have a good rep. I'd rather see you do one good rep at a lightweight than 5 shit reps. That creates a poor habit that makes your lifting worse over time when it comes to your technique and core availability. One way or another, I can't be mad whatsoever. After the last 2 days, really brought it back, and it has me extremely excited to jump onto the heavy stuff when I come back after my rest day, because it took, 3 days to feel peaked again, and I've been hitting heavyweights regardless. We're going to do just fine this cycle. I'm very excited. Physically, I tanked myself a bit, can't lie, but regardless, 8.65. Still felt great. I can't disregard that the snatches were beautiful and perfect. And the clean and jerks may not have held up the par, more because of my rushing and inability to, give it the attention it deserved. I was neglecting my clean and jerks a little bit today. Still locked it in as best I can. It may not look as bad to you guys because I'm the one who's lifting it. I know I got that mind-muscle connection where the moment I hit a rep that doesn't feel as standard as it can be, I know the moment I hit it. And I could have put in a little bit more time to focus the workout. But regardless, we do not regret. We do not look back. We do not shoulda, woulda, coulda. We live with it. We move on in the moment, and we love every second of it. Mentally, 9.1. Feeling great. Feeling wonderful. Doing just amazing. Couldn't be happier with the day shift. I don't feel tired anymore. And I feel tired when I'm supposed to go to bed at a normal time. I get full 8 hours of sleep. And I'm available for the pookies at nighttime. And my rest days and the days that I have off work are no longer days I just sleep for 24 hours because I'm on night shift for 12 hours. But a full night's rest and a full 24 hours to just fuck around and do whatever I want. And that is the shit that I love. It makes me really feel like I'm earning that time off as well as maintaining my credibility throughout the days that I'm as productive as I can possibly be. I can't be mad. I won't be mad. And I will persevere, no matter what. Seriously, enjoy the lifts while you got them. don't take these days for granted. I definitely did a little bit, but I still lived in the moment, and I still had a great, fun, passionate workout. So there's nothing to even look back on. We fucking did it. That's all I can say. When you get a day where even if it's a little light or vice versa, even if it's heavy and you feel as peaked as you possibly can be, still enjoy each rep. Especially on the PR days where you just got it in you for no fucking reason. Like my snatch day on the first day back, doing 265 on a technique day randomly, you know, I didn't even think about 265 when I walked in. I was barely thinking about 205 with how tired I was. I took it one rep at a time. Felt every single movement, did it as best as I could to my current abilities in that moment, and it simply led to progress. Because when you let the progress come to you at your body's rate rather than your ego or your mind's rate, the success just feels effortless. It just falls in my lap when I know I've put in the fucking time and effort for it. But it's nice when it just shows itself. Opportunities are random in life. You can't choose when they come. That's the shitty part about it. But if you train and stay consistent and passionate as best you can in whatever you're doing in your life, you will at least have the best opportunity possible to take advantage of said opportunities when they arise, so long as you are ready to throw yourself into it. Open up to that change. Open up to that new style, that new passion, that new energy, and just fucking run it. Rest day tomorrow, like I said. And I'm going to fucking take it. Let me tell you, you are not going to see me for that 24 hours. But I will be back for heavy snatches and heavy clean and jerks for 5 sets of singles on both lifts again. Just with slightly heavier weight than it was today. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Let me know how the lives and lifts have been going. And I will be back as always. I love you guys. See you later. Bye.